The man who brought Archie Bunker to life actually harbored a deep-seated resentment for his co-star that most fans never realized. Born as John Carroll O'Connor on August 2, 1924, in the Bronx, he was raised in an Irish-American household where things like heritage, education, and the art of a good story were paramount. Growing up during the Great Depression left a permanent mark on him, giving him a first-hand look at economic struggle and the grit required to survive. These early life lessons provided him with a profound understanding of social class and human hardship, layers he would eventually peel back in his most famous performances. Before he hit the big screen, he attended Wake Forest and the University of Montana, but his studies were put on hold when he joined the United States Merchant Marine during World War II. That time at sea taught him discipline and showed him the raw realities of human nature. Once the war ended, he finished his English degree and actually considered a career in teaching before the acting bug truly bit. In the 50s, he headed to Ireland to study at University College Dublin, immersing himself in the world of theater and sharpening the skills that would eventually make him a household name. Returning to the States in the 1960s, he spent years grinding to make a name for himself in Hollywood. You might spot him in supporting roles in massive films like Cleopatra or grittier projects like Point Blank. He proved early on that he could handle heavy drama just as easily as lighthearted comedy. But everything changed in 1971 when he landed the role of Archie Bunker on All in the Family. Archie was a loud, prejudiced, working-class guy from Queens who represented all the messy divisions in American society at the time. While other actors might have been afraid to play someone so unlikable, O'Connor dove in headfirst. He gave Archie a soul and a sense of vulnerability that kept the character from becoming a joke. Through Archie, O'Connor forced America to look in the mirror and confront its issues with racism, politics, and shifting cultural norms. The show was a massive hit and earned him 4 Emmy Awards, proving he was one of the best in the business. He later found success again in the 80s and 90s as the wise Chief Bill Gillespie in The Heat of the Night, a role that showed a completely different, more evolving side of his acting range. While filming Cleopatra in Rome back in 1962, O'Connor and his wife Nancy made a life-changing move by adopting a 6-day-old boy. They named him Hugh, a tribute to Carol's own brother who had passed away just a year prior. Despite the chaos of a big movie set, O'Connor's focus was always on his family. As Hugh grew up, his father brought him into the industry, starting him off as a courier on the set of Archie Bunker's Place to teach him the value of hard work. Later, O'Connor even wrote a specific role for Hugh in The Heat of the Night to give him a professional footing. Tragically, in 1995, Hugh took his own life after a long, agonizing battle with drug addiction. This loss shattered O'Connor, but he turned his pain into a mission. He became a vocal advocate against drug abuse, filming public service announcements, and using his fame to warn other parents about the realities of addiction. He spent his final years dedicated to this cause, transforming his personal heartbreak into a legacy of helping others. However, behind the scenes of his legendary career, there was a dark spot, his genuine loathing for Rob Reiner. O'Connor didn't hold back, once stating that he had never hated anyone as much as he hated the man who played his son-in-law, the meathead. This wasn't just a small tiff, it was a deep, personality-driven animosity that lasted for years. O'Connor felt that Reiner's ego and smarter-than-thou attitude ruined the harmony of the set. Being a man who took his craft very seriously, he couldn't stand Reiner's perceived arrogance or the way he seemed to look down on others because of his liberal character's moral stance. O'Connor saw Reiner as condescending and competitive, someone who was always trying to prove something rather than just being a teammate. There was also a massive philosophical divide between them. O'Connor felt Reiner used the show to preach and lecture him on politics every single day, which drove the veteran actor crazy. Ironically, that real-life friction likely fueled the incredible on-screen tension that fans loved so much. Even though they made TV history together, O'Connor maintained his negative opinion of Reiner until the very end. The world eventually lost this titan of television on June 21, 2001, when he passed away at the age of 76 in Culver City, California. He suffered a heart attack brought on by a long struggle with diabetes, a disease that had taken a toll on his body for many years. His death felt like the closing of a major chapter in entertainment history. He was laid to rest at Westwood Village Memorial Park, a place where many Hollywood legends sleep. In a final, touching tribute, his gravestone includes a memorial for his son Hugh, ensuring they remain connected in death just as they were in life. Carroll O'Connor was a man of intense passion and complicated relationships, but his impact on culture and his devotion to his family remain his true legacy. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today and diving into the life of this television icon. If you enjoyed hearing the real story behind the scenes of All in the Family, make sure to hit that like button and leave a comment letting us know your favorite Archie Bunker moment. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into Hollywood history. See you in the next one.